Zugno. Yeah. We be chopping it up. Word around town, we be chopping it up. AC the barber, he be chopping it up. Chopping it up. Brand new podcast, chopping it up. You can get you some game or you can get you a cut. We speaking all kind of topics from rich to poor. All negative vibes, get your ass out the door. We connecting with the people trying to get them some knowledge.
What's up, everybody? I am your guy, AC the Barber, and you tuned in to the Elegant Cuts Chopping It Up podcast. I would like to say turn all your mobile phones on, all your tablets, all your MacBooks, everything in order to get what you got to get from us today. Man, I have a special guest in here today with me, man. I've been pulling teeth, man, trying to get this guy in here to sit down with me. And we are finally connected. Finally connected, man. So y'all are in for a treat, man. This is a young man that I admire his hustle. I admire his courageousness of being faithful to his career. Being at a young age, man, he's accomplished more than what I have. When I was his age, I was too busy running the streets and doing stuff I ain't had no business. But that's another story for another day. This is not about me today, y'all. But you're tuned into the Chopping Up podcast, and man, I'm gonna introduce to you guys none other than my friend, my brother in Christ, man. I can say a whole bunch, write a book about him. But guess what? I ain't gonna do that. I'm talking to you. None other than Bryce Scarlett. Say what's up to the people, Bryce.
Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the kind words, first and foremost.
Oh, yeah, Bryce. Oh, yeah, man. Just looking at everything that you've been through in life, because I've been kind of like in a mirror of being able to talk to your dad and being able to witness it, because I cut your hair. And when we talk on a regular basis, So, man, just for the people that don't know who Bryce Scarlett is, just share a little bit about yourself. What you want to give the people to know who Bryce Scarlett is.
Well, definitely somebody who likes to try and practice having high values and morals and standards, especially when it comes to yourself.
Yeah.
How you treat people.
Yeah.
Just how you go about your day-to-day life, especially as somebody in a younger generation.
Yeah.
Usually these are things you don't see in somebody who's 29 or even younger.
Yeah.
And so I think it's important to kind of give that reflection, to kind of spread that image instead of the opposite is what we typically see, the opposite of those characteristics in a younger crowd.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely want to try and serve as a role model for the next generation. Yeah.
So. And that's good, Bryce, man, because we don't have a lot of young people that's in their 20s that think like that. Mm-hmm. But I know it stems from mom and dad. A lot of pieces that were around you when you were growing up, grandma, granddad, all these people played a part in you learning and picking up how to behave and how to react and how to respond to things.
Yeah.
But just a common courtesy of just being respectful.
Right.
You know. So who would you say was the most influential in making sure, hey, this is what you're gonna have to do? Would you say mom, dad, or granddad?
Definitely dad.
Yeah. I knew the answer.
Dad,
I knew the answer to that.
Definitely dad. He's definitely my most influential role model.
Yeah.
In my life, and I didn't really kind of realize that until my adult life.
Yeah.
In my early 20s, and so I'm extremely grateful and blessed to have a father like my father. So
yeah, well, go ahead and mention his name.
Russell Scarlett. Russell Scarlett, the photographer at that. I'm sure everybody knows him.
Now you can't leave mom out, so you got to mention mom.
Yeah, no, mom's definitely played a factor. Even my stepdad. Yeah. I'd be lying if I said mi abuelo or my grandfather in Puerto Rico didn't play a factor. So a lot of different role models.
Yeah.
But primarily, definitely my father.
Yeah, man. Well, I know how your dad was raised because I knew his mama. So, man, that lady didn't play.
Yeah, Granny. That's what we call her, Granny.
She didn't play, man. So at the end of the day, I know where you get it from.
Yeah. Yeah.
But moving right along, Bryce, just in today's time, man, I want you to share with the people what you do for a living, what your career is, and how you got into it.
So I'm a full-time realtor. I started in real estate about, man, it's been 9 years now, August 2017. I do the sales, leasing, the property management, and the investing portion as well. Some land here and there. It's very rare.
Yeah.
At least right now. Commercial, a little bit as well. But how I got into it, I got my real estate license. I'd done it online. And then a brokerage called me, Mike Beal, at the time when he was in business. He called me and said, "Are you looking to be sponsored or independent?" I didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I was changing oil at the dealership, Sterling.
Yeah.
And then it was a Saturday morning too. But anywho, he called me and then I told him, yeah, I'd be interested in, seeing what you have to offer.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it was a property management company, which was Brazos Valley Property Management at the time. And then, so I started there as a leasing agent, and then I just grew ever since.
Yeah.
But the goal was to build up the experience in the property management and, on how to basically run a property, how to do be a landlord and handle everything on the back end as well. And so that was the goal that was the goal to learn the experience. That way, when I buy my own properties, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Knowing what to look for, knowing how the market works, knowing how to analyze deals, because that's essentially what I wanted to do, was to have my own property. So
Yeah. I mean, looking at it, Bryce, man, it's all the way up from here because like I said, I followed your story. I know pretty much, because we talk on a regular. I know that you put your everything into this and what you do, and I think that's the reason why the success is coming your way in such a young age, because everybody can't gravitate or even handle that which that God allows them to touch in certain aspects, because some people lose their way. They don't stay focused.
Yeah.
But because the way you were raised, and you have a dad that's active in your life and has always been active.
Yeah.
So even though you might not agree with Pop sometime, but he gonna tell you the truth.
Oh yeah.
I've talked to him long enough to know he gonna tell you the truth.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Yeah, I cut the conversation short. All right, Russ, man, I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, he's definitely, and I think that's where I get it from in terms of always being honest with people and direct, and just being truthful is likely from him. Because I'd rather hear that than the opposite, and just tell me for what it is, and we'll go from there.
So starting out with how did you feel when you got that call, and then you started moving around into the real estate stuff and started was it like a dream come true for you, or did you feel like, hey man, I know I got a lot more work to do, even though I know you knew that, but just to get started, how did that feel?
When I got the call, it was pretty surreal. It kind of seemed honestly like a refreshing point in a way. Like
a new start or something?
Yeah, because a year before I got that call maybe July 2016. 2017, sorry. And I bought the class in July of 2016. And it took me a year to get it. Yeah. And that was due to procrastination on my end. But anywho, I passed the real estate exam in July. And once I passed that's where it kind of hit. And I was like, wow, this is really happening. Yeah. But that's when Mike Beal called, and I met with Terry Thigpen, who's my broker, and he's the owner now of Beal Properties. But it seemed pretty surreal. But I was ready to jump into it. I didn't know what was going on. For example, when I started, I didn't know what a lease was, or prorated rent, or subleasing, or a security deposit, or how it all worked. Yeah. But I've always been a hands-on kind of learner, and so I figured once I got into it, I'd be all right. Yeah,
man. It's just like riding a bike. Once you learn how to do it, you pretty much you get accustomed and you adjust to how to do it. It's like a walk in the park. I bet now you run through those leases like it ain't nothing.
Yeah, sometimes a little too fast. Because you go too quick. My grandfather, he told me one time in Puerto Rico, he said, when you rush, you make mistakes.
Yeah, yeah.
And so at the same time, you got to kind of be careful.
Yeah, yeah. So when you're dealing with people, man, because you have to be a people person, right?
Right.
When when you're selling, no matter whether you're selling land, whether you're selling home, renting units, no matter what you're doing, you have to be. Have you ever came across? I'm just being me, y'all. I got to ask this question. Have you ever came across people that just ignorant to where you just know that, hey, this is not the person that we want to.
Probably more than I can legally say.
Yeah.
But yes, to answer your question, yeah, there's some where you've encountered and you're just kind of like, how do you not comprehend such a simple concept?
Yeah.
But, everybody comes from a different background. So at the same time, I got to kind of understand that not everybody sees it, black and white like I could.
Yeah.
Some people see a whole color spectrum. And so, but it's very rare, but yes, it does happen.
So would you say that's would you say, man, what's the wildest thing somebody ever said like that just kind of blew your mind? Like it's like elementary, it should be elementary.
Right. Man, we had somebody who applied and they were upset that they weren't going to be approved on their application because of their credit history. And they believed that their credit has nothing to do with their ability to be responsible or pay rent or, they didn't think it played a factor or it was important or something. And I'm thinking like, credit's credit for a reason. Scores exist for a reason. I mean, you go to a bank to try and buy a house, they're going to tell you worse than what we're going to tell you,
Yeah.
And probably in a more harsh way. But that was probably one of the wildest times.
Yeah.
It's probably the worst I can think of for now.
Yeah, I mean, now y'all listen now. Don't be giving this man no hard time not comprehending. That is not what he's there for. He's not there to teach you. This is elementary stuff. We all know you have to have great credit or decent credit before you can even get a home loan, a car, anything. So stop doing the buffoonery.
Yeah. I mean,
it don't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I got to tell it for what it is.
Yeah,
which I do pretty well at, to be honest. Maybe a little too good.
Yeah.
A little too harsh in a way, I guess. But anyway, or blunt, I should say. Blunt's a better word.
Yeah.
But, I don't mean it in an offensive way.
No.
It's kind of more of a, hey, this is what you got to do before I can even try to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to kind of help yourself before I can really do something for you.
It makes a lot of sense to me, but as you said, a lot of people don't get it.
Yeah.
Hello, world. We're talking to you guys out there. This is no knock to anybody, but before you go to this man, make sure you get with Equifax, TransUnion, and all these great companies, and make sure you run over that report. You're gonna get the no-nos.
Yeah, you're gonna get a hard reality, man.
So but going forward, Bryce, man, I know if you can put into words like how you love what you do, what would you say that would be?
I don't ever dread going to work. So I'm never waking up thinking, man, I don't feel like doing anything or going to work or showing this property or writing this lease, whatever it may be. I did kind of feel that way when I was employed, when I worked at Lowe's or Sterling.
Yeah. At
some point. But with real estate, I mean, it's different. But, when you do what you love, as the saying goes, you never work a day in your life. And so it's very true.
Yeah, man, because I think, I was always told by my grandpa and my mom and dad, that if you love what you do, you'll do it for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know if your dad might have mentioned that to you or somebody in your family, but I know pretty much in mine, that was more of a sense of me growing up. They would tell me, hey, don't be spinning your wheels trying to do this and this and this and this.
Right.
Find you something that you like to do and make sure that it can turn into a love.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just like when you're dating, you find somebody that you're compatible with and you try to turn it into a love, and then it'll last a long time.
Yeah, I do believe, I'm a strong believer in passions.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, as they get older, they kind of lose those passions, those childhood passions.
Yeah.
I think it's important to keep those, because those are what you can really turn into a hobby or even a profitable thing for you.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I like scale models, or woodworking, things that kind of keep my hands busy to an extent. But those are all hobbies that I've loved as a kid, you know, fighter jets, or sometimes even trains a little bit, but more so aviation.
Okay.
Those are all things, I mean, you can turn into something pretty good for you.
Yeah. I know so many times, man, we tend to not think that, you know, our love for certain things won't be profitable for us, or we tend to, push it away because, hey, man, that was when I was a kid, or, you know, but times are different now, man. You can not consider that, you know. You can, and then you might miss out down the line and be like, man, I should have stayed with that, man.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's 2026, man. You got guys who are live streaming themselves test eating food and getting paid for it.
Yeah.
Their hobby is eating, which I'm sure is everybody's hobby. But they found a way to make it profitable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anything is possible in 2026, man.
But, you know, not to get off script, though, Bryce, but I seen a man that was like over 600 pounds, and he was doing that. And I don't think that's a good profession for him.
I don't think it's healthy in the long run, but
because he was already over 600.
people will watch it. People will entertain it.
But then it seemed like he was hard. It's to me now. Now, he had about 8 biscuits, the big biscuit. I ain't talking about the regular biscuits. I'm talking about the big biscuit.
Yeah, the dry your throat biscuits.
Yeah, man. They were the biscuits were so big. I thought they was a cinnamon roll.
Oh man, wow, those are big.
No, man, he was putting honey on them and extra butter. He said he wanted to try them out and see if they was better than the off-brand. So overall, he had to eat 3 of each.
Oh, man.
Now, these are pretty big biscuits. And, man, he had a hard time breathing.
Yeah,
Because I could, when he was eating it, he was, I said, God, he probably don't need to try that. He don't need to eat stuff like that, you know. But, again, man, it's tapping into certain genres of things, man. Like you said, people are getting paid just to, I know people do food reviews all the time.
Yeah.
They'll travel to
wherever.
You know, it's a guy here in College Station that's doing it. I think he started out going to A&M.
Yeah.
I think he's a Haitian kid.
Yeah.
And, man, I know he's Haitian. I know him. I don't know him, but I know him. I can tell by how he be eating that food, and he don't put no hot sauce on his stuff. See, you don't put no hot sauce on his stuff. You ain't from around here. You from over there, over yonder way.
Yeah.
But anyway, I ain't trying to get off script, but I'm just saying, but the guy has, I mean, and maybe it's because of his A&M ties, because he's going to school there. Maybe that's the blessing of what he does, and he gets the following, and he gets the likes, and he gets all. I mean, if you look at his page, man, he blew up.
Yeah, he probably has a lot of charisma too. You know, something that seems attractive to people to make them want to watch it.
Well, he ain't all that attractive, but I mean.
Oh, never mind then.
But you know, I ain't looking at him like that, but I'm just saying he don't. His grooming is not for the camera.
Yeah. Like
you can't be, man. You walk in, they'll automatically think he homeless when you see him.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't watch somebody eat something. It's just not the same. Like their review is going to be different from your taste buds.
Yeah.
And so it's. Yeah. I get the purpose of it though. You know, and people do find a liking. There's a liking for everything, you know.
Yeah.
And especially like I said in 2026.
Yeah.
I mean, people will watch people eat. People will watch people just watch people. It's just
you're right.
What it is the way it is.
Okay, well, moving right along, Bryce. Now, what are some of your hobbies? I know you like selling houses. I know you like the commercial side of and the residential side of properties and leases and all this other stuff. But what does Bryce Scarlett like to do other than what pays him?
In my off time, well, again, I like woodworking. I like building things. Like right now, I'm just about finished building my my living room table. I like doing models, little scale models, not just the ones that, you know, they come ready and you just got to screw them together. I mean, the more detailed ones, to where it's 100 and something pieces, and you got to cut them and glue them together, sand it, you know, paint it and prep it and everything. And I like those as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if like firearms are a hobby. I'm sure that's just a fun thing for people. But anywho, I do like working up my car when something breaks. But mainly woodworking and models.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Well, I know you got an eye for the detail stuff, man, because I remember one time we was talking and I seen the home that it was a home that you had bought, and I think you were remodeling it, and the paint of it, and you went and you said, man, I seen this picture. I think the picture was like somewhere in maybe Paris or Europe or something like that, and the colors was just, I was like, man, how do you even see that? Like, I wouldn't have never saw that, man. So the detail of your eye and what you, like we're talking about the table,
Right.
It's just not gonna be right if I don't put my touch in it or the detail in it. Like, how did you develop that, man? Like, is that just something that you stumble across, or?
An attention to detail, I think, comes from more of my mother. She's always been growing up, we'd say she's OCD with cleaning.
Oh, yeah.
And I heard somewhere somebody said, it's not that they're OCD, it's just that they're a perfectionist.
Yeah.
And so and when I look at that and I kind of apply it to me, when I'm doing something, my stepdad, he always said, if you're going to do something, do it right the first time. And so whenever I'm creating something or designing something, I like to make sure it's right. And not only right, but the colors are going to make sense.
Yeah.
You know? And so with the property, I think you're talking about, it was when I bought my first duplex in 2021.
Yeah.
I was in Puerto Rico in Old San Juan, and there's this street me and my grandfather were walking down, and it was this building. I like the colorway of it.
Yeah.
And so I took a picture of it, and what I did was I pretty much applied that building color to my first duplex when I remodeled the outside.
I like that, man. The colors, because that's not something that you see here.
No.
Not here, nowhere.
Yeah,
not
Puerto
around
Rico is it's full of they have, their color palette is a lot of like, not flat colors, but they're very vibrant.
Yeah.
And it brings a lot of character to the island that a lot of people like to see. You don't really see that here, but a lot of black and white, sadly. Yeah. And so it's pretty depressing, to be honest. But
yeah, it really is.
You go there, man,
it's ordinary stuff over here.
Yeah.
If it ain't brown, black, or light blue, or something that's in our color pattern here in the States.
Yeah.
Man, it's like you don't belong. It's like, but everything's pretty much identical. It's just a slight difference, but it's identical.
Yeah, I think it's a big lack of creativity, to be able to just have that kind of basic template here.
Yeah.
And so I always wanted to try and do something different. And when I do the remodel on the properties, the colors that I'm choosing, I like to pull from the island because it's just a lot of inspiration there and a lot of colorways to, creative ways to make something.
Yeah.
And so, and when you can see it when you're driving down the street and you see my property and it's, vibrant and welcoming from the curb appeal. It
definitely sticks out, y'all. So if you're ever in the neighborhood and you want to be nosy, because we black folk, we nosy. we know I'm gonna go see that boy at their house. They said on that thing over there when they were talking on that microphone. But anyway, y'all know it's always a pleasure, Bryce, man, just to see people grow. Mm-hmm. And I've had the opportunity to see you grow, man, in all aspects of life, even with your dad and in the cars and the homes you're buying, because, man, it's easy to get distracted,
right?
Because you're a single man. I know women probably just, oh, Bryce, come here, Bryce, come here. You ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to say
no
nothing.
comment.
Yeah. You ain't got to say nothing, But at the end of the day, man, I know that you're rooted and grounded in God. I know God it plays a major role in your life.
Definitely.
So how did that come about for us, your discipline and just being able to wait in this day and time before you even think about linking up with somebody,
To kind of stay focused?
Yeah.
That discipline, man, it really came from, there's a lot of people I have behind me who are really counting on me to do great things. Not just from the beginning since I started in real estate, but even just as time went, all the way from staff in the office to family. And so it's kind of like I'm not only holding myself to a high standard, but I have a lot of people that I really don't want to let down.
Oh man,
That's in a way, I mean, there's people who've literally told me from the office, well, I say people, but people in general who told me, if you ever settle or if you ever, basically do something that would be a disappointment, so to say,
yeah,
they're going to whoop me.
yeah,
But in a joking way, they weren't serious.
Yeah.
It just goes to show the kind of, not expectation, just the kind of thing they'd like to see me have.
Yeah.
This high, I guess it would be expectation or standard for myself, because they really want what's best for me.
Yeah.
And so, again, that's outside of family. That's also close friends and office coworkers. And so how do I stay focused with that? Knowing that, that definitely helped. Not really wanting to disappoint myself, And for example, I see a lot of guys I grew up with who graduate high school and they go off and chase women and chase the nightlife. They end up having kids with somebody they don't truly love, or even marry somebody they don't truly love. And
yeah,
I seeing that, it kind of motivates me to not want to do that,
Yeah.
and more motivation for me to steer clear of that. And I know for what I personally want from a partner or just from personal life, whatever it may be, those are the things that I truly want, kind of more of the passion like we were talking about.
yeah,
That's something I know that I would be happy with,
yeah,
and I wouldn't want to settle for.
mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, all my adult life, I've been most of the time single.
Yeah,
And so you also have to be able to find comfort in being alone.
yeah,
That's very important, because a
Yeah.
lot of people can't handle, being alone. So that's definitely an important factor,
mm-hmm.
which is where those hobbies come in. Those things keep you distracted.
Yeah.
But I think spending time with family as well can play a big factor in that. If you have
Oh,
a
yeah.
family that you're pretty close to and can spend time with regularly, do it, because I think you learn a lot about yourself when you spend time with family.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important.
Yeah, man, that's good, man. I hear the wisdom in your voice, man, and what you say is how meaningful it is, especially when it comes down to waiting. Because a lot of people don't have the patience to wait.
Yeah, definitely a lot of patience, man. I mean, there's times where I get impatient.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
But you just got to kind of remind yourself to, everything has a time and a place. Pops always tells me it's God's timing, not yours.
Yeah.
And so, I think it does play a big factor. I forget that a lot. So
Yeah.
I got to remind myself.
Yeah. Vulnerability hits everybody, man, at some point or another.
Mhm.
It's just the recap of it. Staying focused and resetting yourself to say,
Right.
hey, man, I know I can't do that, so why am I feeling this way?
Right.
But let me get back on track,
Exactly.
So, man, my hats off to you, man, for just being who you are, man. Your character speaks for itself, man. Your personality speaks for itself, man.
Thank you.
Your career, how you delegate things, man. How you move, man. People watch, because at the end of the day, man, every time you've been here, I know once you leave, people be like, hey, man, what do you do?
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
You've never come in here just ragged out. You always care about your appearance.
Right.
Now, I don't know if you be having to show houses or whatnot, but I know you've never came in just ragged out.
Right.
But people pay attention to that,
Yeah, I'm
especially
a big
the workers.
believer in appearance.
Yeah, especially the workers that have been here. They don't know you when they first come here. They be like, man, what do you do?
Yeah, I'm a very big believer in first impression, man. And how you carry yourself. I mean, because, how you carry yourself definitely plays a big weight.
Oh yeah.
It's a very underrated topic.
Yeah. Well, y'all, you're tuned in to the Chopping It Up podcast. I'm here with my good friend, man, Mr. Bryce Scarlett, your #1 realtor or house finder, whatever you want to call it. Ain't nobody taking nothing from nobody. What we doing, we're just offering you a better way and a better deal. Hey, man, we're going to take a little break. We're going to step aside with our whistles a little bit, man, pay some bills, and guess what? We're going to come back and chop it up with Mr. Bryce Scarlett. Y'all stay tuned.
We talking business, religion, race, cops, Sports, celebrity, health, ops, everyday life shit, we go through it too. Gotta have them new J shit, we blow money too. Who you vote for? Who your favorite sports team? Who you signing to? What's your deepest sports dream? AC the barber, he the man with the plan. Best cuts in the city, he the man, understand? AC the barber, he the man with the plan. Best cuts in the city, he the man, understand? And we be chopping it up. Word around town, we be chopping it up. AC the barber, he be chopping it up. Chopping it up. Chopping it up.